Today's show is brought to you by HelloFresh. If you're like me and look at the Food Network and all these channels and watch all these gourmet meals and just lust after them, let's just be real, you're lusting after them. Guys, we have a solution for you. HelloFresh does all the shopping, the planning, and delivery. So all you have to do, guys, is put this meal together, and they give you the instructions as well, so you can create the gourmet meals in the luxury of your own home. So use the code SUCCESS30. Success30. Just go to HelloFresh.com and use that code Success30 to get $30 off your first week of HelloFresh. So make sure you check it out. Organifi is an organic superfood supplement line that makes quality, trusted nutrition convenient and accessible. Their most popular product, green juice, solves the problem of juicing greens on the go. Just add water, drink, and let your body soak up the benefits. Visit Organifi.com, that's Organifi.com, to learn more about an exciting offer for you, our podcast listeners. And now to today's show.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am. And I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, Carlos Rivera Quinney Jr., joined as always by the Basin Sensation, Mr. Karl Wesley Phillips.
What it do, y'all? What's happening?
And Douglas Fresh, Frederick Douglass, Dr. Thomas. What's going on?
What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
Hey, man, how is, I know everybody's in different states these days. Everybody's in different places. E is live and direct from where are you? E, Dallas, Texas? You still in Dallas?
I'm in Dallas, man. Bro, it's a crazy, crazy day. Y'all know I'm always, pumped up, always blessed. Today is a great day, man, but I got a text at 1:09 this morning from my homie Philip Willis Jr. saying that my mentor passed, man.
Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, he's been battling with cancer for some years, man. And,
wow.
This is why I tell y'all the triple-double life is so important, man, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit more with the masters of the game this weekend with our, with some of the individuals that we intimately coach.
Yeah.
And man, it's like the triple-double life is so important because I see it like as a toolbox. And it's like money's good, but money can't buy you everything. Degrees are good, but they can't, you know what I'm saying? Like you need every tool in the toolbox because certain situations, occur and you need the right tool for that. And man, I'm gonna tell you, God is so good. I'm just so grateful for my 3 o'clock in the morning time with him because he specifically told me to do the triple-double camp in Chicago on the week that he told me to do it, like the specific week he told me to do it. And I did it that week. And I'll never forget, on my way up there, I told Dee, I was like, yo, Dee, we're going to Chicago. I don't never see Pastor Willis when I'm there. And I just feel in my heart, we need to go by and check him out, And she was like, oh, okay, bet. And I've been to Chicago a million times, and I don't, not in a bad way, but I just never thought.
I thought Pastor Willis lived in Chicago?
Yeah, he been in Chicago since like probably the early 90s.
Oh, but when he was mentoring you, he lived in Detroit.
Yeah,
okay, I was just confused. Detroit. I got you. Yeah, I got you.
He pastored there, and then they sent him to Shiloh in Chicago. And man, something told me to go by and see him, so I called Becky. Dee called Heather, and they told us he was in the hospital. And I was like, what? It was like, yeah, he in the hospital. He battling with cancer. But Pastor, bro, I'm talking about Army man, you know what I'm saying, black belt, taekwondo.
Yeah, and give the people some context because they don't know who you're talking about. This is the man who, so y'all heard E tell the story of the man who was like, yo, helped him get his GED and told him to go to college and made some calls to get him into school. And, I guess the guy who kind of saved your life. So just so that people know who you're talking
questions
about.
Asked. Yeah, I just assume everybody read the book, listened to the audio.
Oh, maybe not. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody got supported, but maybe not every single person or remember that was his name.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, they may remember him by the guy who Karl charged the first time Karl tried to charge somebody. We begged Karl to charge people. Yeah, and shout out to Pastor Willis, may you rest in peace. Karl was like, look, I know you mentor, you saved his life, and he the head of our company. But I'm gonna need 1,000 for these sermons.
Not quite 1,000. Yeah, he didn't charge 1,000. It wasn't that.
Karl was like, look, 5,000. ENC told me stop playing with it. You my first victim.
Let's get it.
No, it wasn't that bad. He just charged a couple hundred. But I'm tripping, man, because I went to go see him. You know, that was last Thursday.
Yeah, that was man. I'm talking about that was quick because you just texted us about him and you know that whole nine. So yeah,
that was last Thursday. So I'm just saying, man, I just praise God for hearing his voice. You know, to say because I would have been hurt because I hadn't really seen him like that. Of course. Oh, I ain't seen him since he did a revival for me in Lansing.
Oh, you talking about way back in the day?
That's way back.
Yeah, that was way back, bro. That was at least what, Karl, 5-6 years ago?
Oh, more
longer than that.
Way longer than that.
That was longer than that?
Yeah,
I'm saying that was when Karl tried to charge you.
Yeah, right. That's 10 years.
Right.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's about 10 years ago.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Karl been charging for a long time, bro. Karl been charging for a long time.
We've been past that.
So no, if it was 10 years ago, that was the last time I physically saw him was 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Face to face, you know, so that wasn't nothing but the Lord. That was like, yo, go see your mentor, you know, and I remember it was so funny, man, like life is crazy, man. Y'all better take full advantage of it. I remember his wife saying to me, like, yo, Eric, this is and she knew, because at first I was like, yo, Sister Willis, why you talking negative like that? You know what I'm saying? You know, but, Didi was like, she's not talking negative. Like he's been battling with this for a while, and so she knows his body, you know what I'm saying? She's been his caregiver, so she ain't being negative, she being real. And I remember her saying to me like, yo, Eric, and you know, Karl, how like in the Bible, how they'll have like those last words or like those Chinese movies or whatever. And I remember her saying to me like, yo, say something to your pastor, say something to your mentor. And I sent y'all that pic where Heather was like, yo, E, we went through my father, and that's how I knew something was wrong, because they was going through like the photo albums, and she found a newspaper article that dated me like in 2000. It might have even been like, I don't even know if it might have been like 90, the 90s probably. And she was like, yeah, Dad saw you like
judging by the weight to height ratio, it looked like it was probably the 90s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I promise you, it was an old newspaper article, bro.
He was looking
I'm talking
big.
about old, so. Yeah, man. So I just thank God, man, that I got an opportunity to see him before, you know, he made his transition. And my prayers go out to the fam, man.
Rest in peace, man. I only met him one time, and I was around him that whole week. But just a very serious, solid dude, man. So,
serious, no question.
Shout out to Pastor Willis. Karl, now, can you catch us up on your condition? People want to know. Karl been texting us. I don't know what's going on out of nowhere. Apparently, Karl now has back issues. I had a diagnosis for him, but he didn't want to accept it.
Not at all.
He texted me and E on the group text talking about I gotta go to the hospital, get some x-rays. I said, what's going on? He said, lower back pain. I said, well, let me diagnose that for you. It's called, you almost 40. Welcome. You know what I'm saying? So I tried to give him the diagnosis, but apparently it wasn't enough. So what did the x-ray say besides the fact that you turned 40 in 2 years?
In a year and a half. A year and a half. We getting there quick.
You gotta stretch, not Karl. You gotta stretch to brush your teeth. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta get nice stretch boy going.
Bro, you playing.
Before you grab the bread. I'm telling
you. playing.
Yeah. Hey, so
to grab the bread, you definitely. Not only that, and you chunky because you hitting the bread. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You know what I'm saying?
Cycle. Break the cycle.
There you go.
Hey, no, man.
Karl,
I just decided.
So what did the doc say? Are you gonna live? Is your back okay? And I kept. I don't know why, man. I love Karl, but Karl he ain't never really got no ailments besides the tooth and now the back. So I'm saying, Karl, you hitting that 40, you falling apart, bro.
I promise you, bro. So no, I just decided to, Rochelle been in my head, E, for a minute. I decided, let me just go check this thing out. Literally, me and E were lifting this little box, it's about 2 months ago, and like the box kind of—
About 2-3 months ago?
It's literally like 2 months ago, and the box kind of was about to fall. So I kind of like grabbed at it quick. And I just twisted something in my back. I promise, I ain't think nothing about it, bro. It's like 2 months later, I was like, yo, my back is still sore. Like, what's going on? So I was like, all right, let me just go check it out. I'm still thinking it's just a muscle tear or whatever, nothing. So here's the irony. Here's the irony of the whole thing. I go to the chiropractor. I was like, yo, my lower back hurt and I don't know what's going on. Like, let's just check it out, see what's up. I promise y'all, I don't know what's wrong with my lower back yet. Like, my man did an x-ray. My man went like gung-ho on me and just showed me all the other stuff that was wrong. And listen to what I'm saying carefully. My man showed me, you just gotta, when you find people that take their craft seriously, my man showed me something kind of, I don't know all the, it's like 24 vertebrae or whatever. So he's going through, I guess, somewhere in the middle, lumbar vertebrae or whatever. And he's like, oh yeah, something happened to you about 18 years ago. I was like, huh? He's like, something happened about 18 years ago, because looking at the way this bone is shaped, it takes about 20-ish, like 18, 19, some like that amount of years for it to look like this. And I'm thinking back like, yo, what happened? And I was like, oh yeah, sure enough, I got into an accident when I was like literally 19 years old. And he's like, oh yeah, you damaged, you know, like you damaged one of your bones here. And I was like, whoa, it wasn't that deep. He's like, bro, it only take 5 miles an hour. You could go on at 5 miles per hour to get a whiplash. He's like, people don't know that.
I definitely got something from when you hit that Barbados left. I should tell my man, you know what I'm saying? Tell my man I'm about to come see him. When you hit that Barbados left and my man smacked us, he was going slow, but he was going more than 5. He had to be going at least 10. So I should get you a referral. Right now. How many years ago was that? Tell my man to get his machine back out.
I'm gonna see if I can get a little commission off that joke. But yeah, no. So anyway, just going through
with the Barbados left.
And my neck, like just literally sitting at the computer all the time, and I'm claiming workers' comp, y'all. I'm gonna need a couple of days off, but no, he said.
Oh no, do not blame ETA for that.
He said just the way I sit on the computer. He's just saying it's just he's seeing it in kids now. All the technology, like the way people are looking at it, your neck is bent in an unnatural position for a long time. So literally sitting at my desk all the time, he's like, you need to have your computer like higher than eye level. You shouldn't be looking down, because what you're doing is you're straining your neck. So you're literally holding your neck forward, and your neck is supposed to have like a natural curve in it. He was saying that it's kind of a shock absorber. And when you straighten that thing out, like you're, losing some of that potential for it to absorb anything that could happen. So like literally looking at the x-ray, my neck does not have the curve that it should. It's literally like straight, like the bones are straight. So he's like, yo, it's not deep. Like we can reverse this, but you got to take it serious. You know what I mean? Because what'll happen eventually is like your bones get close. You know, the little, whatever they call it, a little sac. It's like a little balloon between the actual vertebrae that keeps it, supposed to be keeping it, not. I'm trying to think of an analogy. I don't got none, so let me keep going. But it's just not allowing the bones to rub together, to touch, that kind of stuff, so you got fluid motion. It's that kind of concept. But what happens is, as it loses the curve, now they're starting to get closer together, and potentially the bones can start touching, and them jokers can fuse, and of course now you got limited motion. And then the big thing he's saying about it is, just think about it.
Like the Quasimodo.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That's when you start getting that hunchback.
Yep. So the important part he was saying is, like, what happens is your entire nervous system is running through your spinal cord. So he's like, if it's just pinched a little on one side, and this was deep. He said to me, only 9% of your nerves are actually for touch and feel. He's like, we think our nervous system is just to feel stuff. He's like, no, your nervous system is controlling all the stuff that you don't think about, your breathing, your heart, your veins opening, closing. Like, he's like, it's 91% that's doing stuff that you don't feel. It's only 9% that you touch. So he's saying all your organs, again, everything's connected to the brain. The brain is the central thing. So all your organs are connected to that. And I'm literally just tying it into what you're talking about, Pastor Will. It's just the stuff that you just don't know. Yeah. Like, so imagine, he said, think about a hose and you trying to water something, or, let this water flow through, and there's a kink in the hose. It's not flowing smoothly. He's like, dude, you could be potentially damaging all kinds of parts of your body, your liver, like any other organ. They're all connected to these nerves. So he's like, what's happening is, if the the space isn't big enough for your veins, your nerves, all that to go through smoothly, now you got reduced function in all kinds of areas of your body that you never thought about. And your body is so dope at adapting, like it adapts. So this was the biggest part, and I'll come off of it. He put me to stand on a scale. You remember the Wii E's, the little balance board? He put me to stand on a scale like that, but it weighs the pressure on each side separately. Listen to this, see, it's a 20-pound difference between my left side and right side. I'm walking every day with a 20-pound difference in weight between my left and right side. And my spine has curved a little bit in the center, just again, accommodating whatever is going on. I don't know. So literally 20 pounds different. I'm standing on one side, it was like 100 and something. The other side was like 80 something. And I'm like, yo, that's crazy. You walking, you looking at me, I'm walking. It looks straight, I look normal, but there's some, you know, the body's doing some stuff to
I've been meaning
compensate.
to tell you look crazy when you walk, so. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to tell. I just didn't know how to tell you in a scientific manner that you had a little limp going on. I thought you knew.
Yeah, no. So no, just again, man, just taking it seriously, man. Like you said, I'm getting older, and the stuff that you used to take for granted, you can't take no more. You know what I mean? You just got to start looking out. So yeah, I'm gonna be going up to my man and getting an occasional adjustment.
So did you get adjusted?
I did get adjusted yesterday, and I'm sitting like a 80-year-old man right now because my back's fine. There's a couple of spots where he adjusted it, but then the one in my neck, oh man, the one in my neck is sore as all get out right now. I'm talking my neck cracked in a way I never heard that sucker crack. It was like a crack. I was like, what is that? And it was fine.
Here's a serious question.
What's up?
Did you inform him that you was twerking by yourself in the basement the last few months in order to maintain your happiness? You know what I'm saying? Did you tell my man you was twerking and that your back may have went out twerking? Because I'm trying to see what as you try to blame ETA and get workman's comp, I'm just trying to see if you told him you had been twerking on the solo.
Hey, I did not mention
chi intact.
I didn't mention the specific twerking, but he did recommend to me that I need to walk some more. He recommended walking, so I don't know if twerking had the impact that I needed it to.
Twerking, let me say something. Twerking definitely take a toll on your back. And so let him know when you go back next time, just that, hey, some of that 20 pounds is from getting it on in the basement on the solo. E.T., you are
with me.
Dallas. Let me tell you something, man. I want to catch up, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just be living the life. I saw you on Instagram with Antonio Brown, the best wide receiver in the league. Hey, what up? Yeah, I posing for pics. You had Nike and just looking crispy with new gear, new everything. And let me tell you one of the things, anybody out there who's listening, let me just say this. Careful about how you build the brand, okay? Y'all heard a story.
Build a brand.
13 years
brick
ago.
Brick by brick.
I had the bright idea to put E out front. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the goal, right?
Household name.
Put E out front, and then E, let me tell you, hold on. Let me tell you where I'm at.
That wasn't
Karl,
that was
you. Listen, okay, it wasn't Karl, it was me. But the goal was, once E get out front, he'll come back for us.
Save us.
That was never. Hey, you making up goals? You making up goals?
No. Let me tell you. Okay, so let me tell you what I had in mind.
That's nowhere in writing. That's nowhere in writing.
So let me tell you what I had thought was going to happen is E was
going. There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I thought E was going to take off to the moon and then send the rocket ship back to get us.
Oh, no doubt.
But what happened was E got to the moon and burnt the ship. You know what I'm saying? So there was no ship to get up there.
And so sent us a text message back, see, that we didn't quite understand about the ship.
Oh, yeah, I'm telling you.
I thought Karl was in science. Karl know that when the ship go up, that whole sucker breaking pieces, and it's just one little small capsule. He know that. The whole ship don't come back down.
Oh, the ship did not come back. Let me tell you something. Karl and I have been on Gilligan's Island ever since, waiting on somebody and the skipper to, you know what I'm saying? We just, I'm talking about struggling. And, so we got to watch on the gram just like y'all, as E living his best life. And you know what I don't like I said, you go and then I work hard to get, these relationships built with Nike. Shout out to my man, Brandon, you know what I'm saying? The whole nine.
B.
And then E just goes and man, he comes back. He's got fresh track gear, outfits, shoes, Jordans, everything. And then I'm just asking for a pair of shoes, y'all. I don't think that's too much. Like, yo,
who you asking me?
They have a size 14.
Why you asking me when be the one that give me the shoes? I'm just saying, why are you asking me? Be the one from Nike.
Well, I'm saying because you're there on my behalf. You represent ETA when you get there. Nike represent Nike. So I'm just thinking when you go, you would pass the blessings along and be like, yo, my man C wear 14. you can't just find a 14 in the store. Like you walk in the store, that's an abnormal size. So I'm just thinking, but just as a cautionary tale before you catch us up on Dallas and Nike and Antonio Brown and the celebrity status and all of that. Just if you're out there and you want to build a brand and you thinking you Tito, maybe Jermaine Jackson, and you thinking, wait, we'll let Michael go off and on the world tour, and then we're gonna have the Jacksons tour. The Jacksons tour is never coming back, okay? It's over. Once Michael get out there, you just better be happy touring underground clubs.
So all my twerking in vain. See, all my step moves that I'm putting in is in vain. That's what you're saying.
Oh, bro, I promise you, it'll never see the light of day, Karl. It'll never see your twerk.
I always say this though, see.
So anyway, I'm just a little salty because what I thought was, us taking off really just turned into E taking off. So E, without further ado, why don't you tell me and Karl what the other side looks like? The insiders. Tell us about it all. Paint the dream for us.
Paint the dream. Hey, I always say this though, bro. You lure Karl in. Now, he might not get the shoes, but he got my whole, he go downstairs in the basement. We pretty much wear the same side. He get whatever he wants. So he got some mini capsule. I don't know if he got the big capsule, but he got a mini capsule. What's his name?
That's why the Bible said, don't be a borrower. You got to be a lender. It come back to bite you.
I know that's right.
It come back to bite you.
Right. Hey, I done seen Calvin and some stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of getting your arm. That's what I'm saying. Why couldn't you just come back? Y'all wear the same socks. Oh, Karl, here, I know I got 800 pair of shoes from Nike the last time I did the event. Here you go.
We don't wear the same size shoe.
Hey, it's close enough. Gear, an extra pair of socks, and you're right there with me.
All the other gear he get though. You trying to act like, see, when he go in my basement, he getting stuff off the rack. It's still in the plastic, bro.
And let me tell you, y'all about to laugh because I bet this is a blast from the past. But let me tell you how we upgraded E. Because when me and Karl met E, he was wearing we called him the Geppetto.
Geppetto joint.
Oh, them was sweet, bro. Them was sweet. He just ain't got no taste.
Y'all, he had these little wooden shoes.
The straight Geppetto joints.
And it was about a size 4.5, and they was wooden. And them joints, I nicknamed them the Geppettos.
The straight Geppettos.
I promise you, when we met E, that's what he was rocking with every single fit. It would be like a Nike tracksuit with the wooden Geppettos. And now he got the Jordans, the Air Maxes, everything else. And like I said, I just, I'm figuring I was a part of the blow up. One pair would be, nice. But anyway, it is what it is. Tell us about Dallas, man.
So Dallas, man, first of all, for those of you who are listening, man, hey, it's all about relationships. You know what I'm saying? The way we built this brand, it's relationships. So, B has been working with Nike for some time now. And so for us, it's not, like gig on gig on gig. Like it's really relationships. And what I mean by that is my job is to make sure that B look good. It's like be outside soon. You know what I'm saying? You don't look good, we don't look good. And so every year my goal is, they get a new athlete every year. I don't remember who it was, last year, but I've been kind of like, a staple. So I kind of stay with B throughout the course of the year. We kind of talk, I spend time getting the vision, like, yo, B, what's the vision? And I make sure when I get here for real, we go in and we make sure that when these kids go back, that they understand, that while it is Nike, it is a exclusive event, at the same time, like Nike making an investment, and they're not making an investment just because, like they really want to pour into these young people and pour into their future, So yeah, man, B and I, man, we talked, we kind of went through what his vision was. I got there early and kind of walked around, met everybody, got a feel for the spot. And we keep doing this thing, man. We do at least 2 or 3 different gigs a year. And I don't know if y'all know it, man, but Texas football is like, it's a different beast, bro. It is a different beast, and then I want to shout B out because, like I said, it's fam. We look out for each other. We eat our own dog food, right? And so he brings Jalen up, every year. Jalen gets there early, spends the whole, preparation with B. And B is just sharing with Jay, like, yo, this is how you run an exclusive event, from programming to to catering the meals, to setting up the venue, to bringing in the athlete, to promotion. And so Jalen gets to sit down with a world-class company, and learn how to be, exclusive, if you will, event planner. So Jay was pumped up. Him and B spent some time together before, afterwards. And so I'm grateful to B, man, because like I said, every year when they do an event, he calls Jay, man, and just make sure that, Jay gets the knowledge, he passes it down. And let's be real, in a lot of industries, that's why I said relationships are important. In a lot of industries, people try to be, as private as they can. Like they ain't not trying to give out, what the secrets that make them great. And so I appreciate B not only, making sure that we're involved every year, but making sure that, he look out for my son as well. That's big, bro.
Yeah, and I seen it look like you had the whole family at Grand Lux again. I'm not sure if it was Grand Lux.
Yeah, no, that was it. We in Dallas, so they don't have a cheesecake close by. It's about 5 miles and some change. But yeah, we was, family. And for all y'all listening, man, like, yo, for real, fathers, I can't really speak to moms like that. Fathers, do your thing, make your money, blow up in the business, get the crib, get everything. But in your getting, man, don't forget family matters.
Yeah, and I don't know how much you want to talk about it, but it seemed like you and Jada done got a lot closer. I done seen Jada rolling with y'all more than I ever seen her roll.
Jada ain't never rolled, but again, it goes back to professional development, man. And I've been studying, of course, the DISC assessment, what we call the animal assessment, and just learned a lot about my daughter, man, and realized that, the way I do things, she's on a different spectrum than I am. And I had to just and I'm saying this to parents, because a lot of us come from the old school. If you my age, you're a Generation Xer, you come from I tell you what to do and you do it. You know what I'm saying?
Don't ask no questions.
A lot of people ask me, you don't ask no questions, you get popped in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people ask me like, yo, E, why would you study her personality? Why would you do that? And as a parent, I just want to win. And I just know, like the generations past, we may have been obedient and we might have done what we were told. And I still look back and grateful for the parenting, but I just want to take it to the next level and not only have the respect from my child, but also the love from my child. You know what I'm saying? Because, you going to get the respect. If you discipline your children, they going to respect you. You know what I'm saying? But I want to see if I can find that balance between respect and love, and finding out what her love language is, finding out what her personality is, and her worldview and how she sees things, and not coming at her with, well, this is how I see it and this is how I do it. And because I'm the parent and because I'm paying for you to go to school, you know what I'm saying? Because you live under my roof, because I bought that car and I bought that food, you're going to do what I tell you to do. And that's one way of doing it. I mean, it might work out real good if you do that, but I'm trying to be great. And so, man, I've learned her love language, I've learned her personality, and I've come at her in a different way. And bro, I'm just saying to all my parents out there, for real, you just don't want the respect, or you just don't want the love, because some of y'all love y'all kids, for real, you do, but they don't respect you. And some of y'all, your kids respect you, but they don't love you. They don't have a relationship with you. I'm trying to get that triple double. And like C said, man, I done struck gold, bro. It's like I got the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? It's like I got the cheat code, see? And I'm looking at, okay, do this, okay, do that, okay, do this, okay, do that. And even though I got 2 children, they're on the opposite spectrums of the DISC assessment, and I've been working at DISC assessment, man. I'm telling you, I was walking through the hotel yesterday, and again, guys, I'm sorry that this is audio and you can't see my body language, but I was walking through the hotel yesterday like, yo, God, I never thought I could be this happy. I'm just being real. I told God, like, yo, I never thought I could feel this way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I never, ever felt this way again. I just didn't think as a human that it was humanly possible. We're not talking about a car. We're not talking about no house. I'm not talking about no gig. I'm talking about my family. And to see all of us walking to Target together yesterday, like I said, my son don't have to be here. He wanted to be. He was hurt. He was like, man, I wish y'all had told me y'all was leaving Thursday. I would have left Wednesday. And I'm like, yo, I told you we was leaving Thursday. He's like, I don't know why I thought y'all was going back home. I was like, nope, my daughter, not only here, like CJ said, she coming to Utah. And Jada don't never, one trip is enough. She doing 2, and she in school handling her business. So yeah, man, I done learned me something, as Lee Land would say. I done got educated on her personality and on her love language, and I'm just trying to use it to our advantage, bro.
Well, man, I'm so grateful that you floating through 5-star hotels these days, man. It's it's a blessing just to see somebody you know. Well, I ain't had no angle. Y'all took it wrong. I was trying to give you some props, and y'all took it like I was trying to.
I ain't say nothing.
You just start laughing. You just say you floating. You say y'all should have seen me at the hotel doing my little shit. You know what I'm saying? I just say.
Hey, did it feel good to build something? See, didn't it feel good?
Well, I got peed on by my son last night, so I don't know how this compares, but man, and God bless my son. He's so funny, man. My daughter, who is, she the terror, right? But Trey is, man, he's just a good kid. Like, he just solid. Trey gonna run for president one day, but he had peed in the bed. He's, of course, jumped in the bed with us. Then he pees everywhere. I'm talking about I wake up in a whole puddle. And so, of course, I got to wake him up now, take him to the bathroom, change the sheets, do all of that. I woke him up in the middle of the night, and he's such a good kid. I had a hard to tell him. He looked at me, he was like, "Whoo, Daddy, I'm sweating." I was like,
no doubt.
Son, I tell you, I just let him have it. I was just like, yeah, it's hot. Daddy forgot to turn on the air. He was like, come on, Dad. You gotta turn on the air, bro. It's hot. I was like, oh, okay. So,
feel me?
Way to take
while you hovercrafting around hotels, some of us still just in the. Did you get that picture I sent you? You and Didi?
I did. I did.
I sent the picture, bro. My kids were laying like horizontal in the bed, one with their foot in the other face. I'm just like, wow, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying every phase of parenting and life. No doubt. Let me tell you something, that might be it for me, because I saw last weekend, Avery broke Candace. I saw her, Avery was in rare form last weekend, and I saw Candace have defeat in her eyes. And I was like, you still want another one? She was like, nope, I think that might be it.
Good.
So I might be all right, y'all. I might be going to see the
Avery broke the cycle.
Oh, Avery definitely broke the cycle. I'm like, thank you. Yep. She is.
It was 3 of y'all.
That little girl is a handful.
5?
I promise you, Trey never told me no one time in his life. He 4.5. He never once looked at me like no. I'm talking about Avery tell me no by 5 times by the time I get her off to school in the morning. Like, I'm talking about just like, hey, come here, let's brush your teeth. No. Let's do your hair. No.
I think we know where she is at a DISC assessment, E.
Bro.
Oh, yeah, I definitely
I'm talking about certified gorilla.
I think we know.
Yeah, she ain't no joke, bro. So we working with her, though. So keep us in prayer, because little mama do what she want. E, you got a fair five for us before we jump into our topic. You were in Chicago, and you got a fair file. Why don't you tell the people the fair file, and let's see.
I wanted to try to get to the meat of the podcast, but I guess I can digress for a minute. But yeah, y'all crazy, right? So, of course, like I told y'all, I went to the good side of it was we did the Triple Double Academy, had a great experience, saw Pastor Willis, right? Spent time together as a family. But what I didn't tell y'all was the ET mini carjack. It was mini carjack, right? And I'm tripping because it's like, man, it was weird. I got up because I didn't keep the car at the hotel for 2 days. Boog had it. And then I put it in there on Wednesday, because he went back to the crib. And I got a call Thursday morning. I'm like, first of all, tripping, like, don't nobody even supposed to know I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying? I ain't say I was staying, And so I'm like, I don't even know who would call me on a hotel phone, like call my cell phone.
Oh, yeah.
And my man was like, yo, this valet. I knew something was wrong because, like I said, I ain't order room service or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, this is odd. So I pick up the phone. My man like, yo, this valet. I'm like, what's up? No, they was like hotel security. I was like, oh, okay, what's up? Well, I ain't hear no alarm. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hear no smoke alarm. What's up? He was like, do you drive a black Escalade? I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You always know something wrong when they ask you to make and model your car.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At 7 o'clock in the morning. So I was like, yeah, what's going on? He was like, well, some cars have been vandalized and we believe it might be yours. I said, well, you believe? You just told me it was a black Escalade. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's mine, you know? So I was like, man, I can't believe this because this is a 5-star hotel. I parked in valet. So I'm like, yo, this don't even make sense. I parked in valet. So I know y'all got security, right? So I go downstairs and I remember that I had my ID in there. I wasn't really tripping. Didi was like, you had money in the console. I was like, oh, okay. I ain't really tripping on that because that's, you know, that's replaceable. I'm more, you know what I'm saying? Like, I done finally got, and somebody was teasing me when I told them the other day that I wasn't tripping on the money, I was tripping on the, on my ID. They was laughing at me like, yo, E, you worried? I'm like, bruh, they said, you're a man of faith. I said, yeah, that's when I had a 600 credit score. I was a man of faith. I got an 800-something credit score now. You know what I'm saying? Doubt. I'm a little bit more concerned these days about my identity than I am, you know, a couple dollars, bro. So
you lose your license like, back then. They could just improve your credit score. When nowhere else to go.
Bro, they gonna owe somebody if they try to open some up in my name. And so Didi was like, Didi was tripping on me. I was like, yo, D, I'm about to go down here and check this out. Can you get the number to LifeLock when I come back up? I might need to call LifeLock. And so I go downstairs, man, and listen to me. For those of you who want this life, I'm telling y'all got to know what this life is about. You got to stay in positive, you know what I'm saying, ET mode. So I get downstairs and I'm like, for real, I'm talking to myself like, yo, E, when you get down here, no matter what happens, bruh, it's going to be very important for you to maintain that when you want to succeed, as bad as you want to breathe attitude. Like, don't let it bother you, right? So I go downstairs and I look, they got my car out there. You know, the top security guys are out. And I look,
I'd have been cussing. You know what I'm saying? That's when I would have started cussing. When I seen everybody around.
Yeah, everybody was around. So I opened the door. I opened like the, you know, coming out the revolving doors, and I see the back window on the driver's side, all the way in the back, shattered, bruh. That sucker wide open, bruh. I'm like, what in the world? So when I get outside, I'm ready to go.
Why did they pull it up, though? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, because it was in the garage.
I understand that, but walk me to the garage. Yeah. Like, don't pull my joint in the front for like put it on display for everybody to see.
But you know, here's the deal, bro. They said, and I don't want to digress, Karl, that they had parked it.
No,
in
digress. We got to
digress.
Podcast every week. I want all the digress I can get.
Oh yeah. No, so what happened though? See, was they said they put it in another like spot. It wasn't in the garage, I guess. I don't know, bro. They had like a secondary garage. I don't get it, right? So they had to take it from that garage and bring it up front. So when I saw it, man, I was like, yo, this crazy, bro. Like somebody took a crowbar and not only busted out, but they damaged the side panel and the bottom of it. So they didn't even just bust the window out. They actually took a crowbar, so they messed up like the side panel and then the lower panel, right? So I'm walking to the car.
What was the point of that?
The security, that's what I said. I don't get it. I'm like,
these criminals got no dignity these days.
Yeah, I'm saying just knock the window out and crawl through. Don't tear up the doggone car. So I walk and I'm about to go to the car to do some investigation, and the lead security dude
investigation.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking,
what you about to take DNA fingerprints?
See, man, hey, and I'm still mad today that the police didn't do no fingerprints. Because this is what they told me. No, this is why I'm saying they should have done some fingerprints. They told me, see, that this is just convenience, bruh, that the garage that they had my car parked in didn't have cameras going in or coming out.
Sounds like an inside job.
Inside. I'm like, yo, I need fingerprints, bruh.
When the insider
goes to the car.
Hey, call Jamal. Call Jamal and Tommy. And tell them
but you know what? Jamal left to go to Mexico, bro. He went on vacation when my car got broke in.
What a life, Jamal.
I'm like, Jamal, I need Jamal. Where are you?
Hey, Tommy here. Tommy's staying at my house this week, so I go upstairs and tell Tommy to go call, make some phone calls.
Yeah, Tommy should have. Tommy could have. Somebody know what's up, see? So long story short, as soon as I get out the revolving door, I'm approaching the car, trying to keep a positive attitude. The lead.
Wait, did you see you saw the window already?
Yeah, you could see it from coming out.
So they pulled up on the side that the window was broke.
Yeah,
right in front of the valet.
Yeah,
I'm still not liking the optics of this. Like, don't do that to me.
Yeah, bruh. Yeah.
Because I'd go training day on Denzel looking at the valet like, oh, okay, you let this happen. You know what I'm saying? Like,
do this to me. You do this to me.
E.T.
So I'm coming out, man, and as soon as I walk out, two security guards approach me like, E.T. I'm like, what's up, bro? E.T., can we get a pic?
No.
I'm like, a pic?
No.
So, you know, I stay in character, y'all. I stay in character. Stay in character.
No way.
I'm like, no question. Let's go. So the first dude take the pic. Look, I've got it. I've got the pic because I knew y'all weren't gonna believe me.
Oh yeah, we got to.
Like I can't make this stuff up. So I got a pic of it. We're gonna put it up on S2S the podcast. I got a pic with them.
Man, go to S2S podcast on Instagram. We'll put the pic up. Wait, is it in front of the broken window?
Please say no.
No, it was, but I told my man to turn. I'm like, can we turn, please? You know what I'm saying? Like, can we turn, please? So here's the funny part. So after we do pics, I'm thinking it's over. I go to the door, open the door, security dude, same dude, like, yo, E, you got books? I'm like, yeah. Oh, E, let me get a book, bruh. Can I get a signed book? I'm like, yeah, bruh. No questions asked.
Wait, so when they broke in the car, they didn't take none of the books?
Oh, bro, that's why they still broke. They ain't take no books. They ain't take no paperwork. They ain't take no ID, nothing, bro. All they took was the petty cash that I had in that broy. That's all they took, bro. Miscellaneous. Jada.
Did my man offer to pay for the book, E?
Yo, he paid for the book, and then his homie was like, yo, let me borrow 20, bro. I was like, bro, I can't swipe. He like, you got a swiper? I was like, I don't got no swiper, bro. I don't have no Shopify.
I'm like still trying to investigate what happened with my car. He over there pulling fingerprints. He ain't signing an autograph.
Bust the UV light out.
My man pull out a wad, though, see? He pulled out a wad, though, bro, and was like, let me get one. And his boy was like, Lo, let me get 20. I'll pay you back. He was like, all right, cool. Gave me 20. Can we get it signed? Mookie, this for my cousin Mookie. I was like, all right, is that two O's? Is that a Y or I-E? He was like, it's an I-E.
Mookie who broke the window out my truck. I ain't signing no book
no
for
questions asked. Mookie was the one that did it. So, yeah, bro, it was crazy. See, they stole the money, bro. It was crazy,
well,
bro.
You know what I'm tripping on is how you got money, because every time we go out, you cry broke.
He forgot his wallet.
To pay for dinner.
He ain't never had his wallet.
Yeah, no, y'all. You're right, but what happened was Jada got her license. Jada's driving the truck now, so I keep petty cash in there for Jada. So it ain't. It's not for me for eating. It ain't for y'all when we eat.
Oh, it definitely ain't for us when we eat.
Yeah, it's for Jada. It's for Jada.
You know what I'm saying? Mister, I left my wallet. I gladly hold 20 today and give you 40 tomorrow.
Get back tomorrow. Ask Boom Boom for it. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
She got it.
He owed me about at least $8,000 in petty cash. So one day I'm gonna give it back. And you know what I don't like? He'd make you bless people with your money, but through him. He'd be like, see, let me hold $100 real quick. Let me go give it to this homeless man.
I get it back.
Go take your $100, give it to the homeless man. And then clearly he getting the blessings back.
From it.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Nike gear. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting peed on in Dallas, living it up. So, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, don't forget though.
My blessings, bro.
Don't forget them LeBron 14s. I scoop you up though. One time I did it.
Hey,
one time.
It's gonna come back for the rest of your life, see.
A broke clock right twice a day.
But I could tell you weren't grateful. I would have got you two, but you was not grateful for the fun.
That was the first time LeBron played with the Cavs. You know what I'm saying? Like, goodness gracious. He'd have been to Miami, back to Cleveland, LA.
And now to LA.
Good God. I forgot. You know what I'm saying? My bad. Was when he was
I know I got Karl some Black Mambas.
Them was the St. Vincent, St. Mary's. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I know I got Karl some green Mambas when he first came out. I know he got the green Mambas.
Oh, man. Shout out to Organifi, man, who keeps this podcast rolling, man. Our sponsors and have been our sponsors for some time, man. Y'all know this is how we end up being able to do this podcast for you. Free of charge every week, man. It's because y'all go show us love with our sponsors. So shout out to Organifi, man, who just really been blessing us. I'll be honest, y'all. I ran out of Organifi and forgot to put in my order because we were in Dallas, forgot to put it in on time. So I'm still waiting. And it should be here today or tomorrow, man. But I've been struggling because I haven't had my Organifi this whole week. And, you know,
your pops told me a different story. You said that your pops used it, and your pops was like, "Oh no, that boy ain't had none of it." Pops was like, "Man, I need some Organifi, Karl."
I did run out of the Organifi, but it was not my dad's fault. It was my fault. I took all the packs to Dallas, and then when I got back, I just forgot to reorder. So it should be coming today, and I'll be back on track, man. But I just, I told you, shout out to
I didn't get you no shoes, but I was his supplier.
Oh, no?
I got him about 3 weeks worth of supply. So I'm gonna need, so there go your shoe money right there.
2 weeks worth of supply, what, Organifi?
Organifi,
3 weeks supply of Organifi.
Oh, when did you get that from me?
No, I gave it to your father.
Oh, you gave it to Pops?
Yeah, we went into the Lansing stash.
So
that's,
you know what I'm saying? We got
that's your shoe money. That's your shoe money.
You know what I'm saying? So nah, man, shout out to Tommy, Jamal, brother. Y'all know Jamal from the podcast. His brother staying down here, and for a couple of days, man. We were talking last night, and he was like, "Man, I'm on the Organifi twice a day, feeling great." He does the green. I do have some of the gold here, so I told him I'll put him on the gold today. But
take the gold. See, it's good for the brain.
Yeah, of course, man. Organifi has been great to us and a great sponsor of the show. And like I said, man, we're in the top 5 in the world because y'all keep ordering, reordering, and using that promo code SUCCESS. All right, and you know, you helping. This is the only way Karl and I kids can eat at the Grand Lux is when y'all order.
Get a butter cake.
Support for the podcast. So you know, eat out with Nike. Karl and I ain't got that. So if you think you know what I'm saying, we ain't balling now. We just trying to get to that next level, man. So go support us, Organifi.com, ORGANIFI.com. Use the promo code SUCCESS. All right, let them know we brought you by using the promo code SUCCESS, man, and they will keep showing us that love. So appreciate that. Let's get to a topic today. If y'all feel like having any serious conversation, just to recap, Karl has been twerking and messed up his back, and the hip-hop preacher is running through Dallas with celebrities, and me and Karl still just grinding it out.
Dancing with the stars.
You're dancing with the stars. Him and AB just, bro, good to see you, bro. Did AB say anything about me? Did he tell you, say what's up, anything?
He was in a rush. He was in a rush.
So he didn't get to mention nothing.
All right, well, tell AB I said, you know what I'm saying? Tell him I said hello. And, you know, if you see him, I don't know if you're going to see him again before you leave or whatever, but, you know, I'm not sure if he listens to the podcast and knows me and Karl are alive, but, you know. I'm trying to find this text between Dr. Thomas and myself. He sent me an interesting text earlier in the week, Karl, and the text, here it goes. I found it. And when he sent it to me, I sent it back. You know, like somebody sends you a text, like, and you like, oh, okay, like a meme or something. You like, oh, you send back the hands, the hallelujah hands, the dynasty, whatever it is. You throw up the little, you know what I mean? He sent it to me, but after he sent it to me, I thought about it, and I was driving, I think, so I sent him a voice note back. But the meme or a picture, or what is it? I don't know, text, I don't know. What are the kids calling these things?
Memes.
It says, but it's not like a meme is like a picture. This is just words, but whatever. It says, the goal is to win, not to look like you're winning. And I was like, oh, dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, I agree with that. And then a couple seconds in, I was like, man, I don't know if that's necessarily the case in 2018. Because when you think about it, in 2018, the goal is to look like you're winning and then hopefully attract real winning, if you see what I'm saying. Right. And so as I look at, you know, the internet and, you know, the online, you know what I'm saying, as the kids are calling it, you know, you see a lot of fakeness, you know what I mean? Like you see, and not even just like, you know, the Bow Wow challenge and, you know what I'm saying? People like, yo, just new whip, you know, you stand in front of Ferrari, you see at the mall, but just like trying to broadcast a life that isn't real, right? We always talk about it from the kid's standpoint or whatever, but adults, grown people, everything, like we're so quick to, you know, try to put up this persona or this best life to look like we doing so well. So like, you know, the person who might be having anxiety, depression, whatever, they might be going through it. When you look at their profile, when you look online, they got this perception that everything is great and I'm winning and I'm making, you making all this money, you doing all this stuff, and that may not be reality. And so in 2018 and beyond, it's almost like if I show people that I'm balling, right? If I put up the car, the house, and all of these things, then maybe I'll actually attract winning. To where we were coming up without social media, it was like we had to just try to be sweet and get to it for real, because there was no other way to act like we were getting to it. So I'll let you kind of take it, but you sent the meme, but I don't know if that makes sense or if this is a millennial thing. I think I'm like the oldest millennial, like 35 might be the cutoff. So I might be like right there. Karl, you missed it by like a year
Just
or two.
Missed it.
But and I'm not like fully in, but like for these, you know, I guess your kids, you know, I don't know if they're millennials or Gen Z or whatever they are, but you know, they're in that social media age and around that space where you really don't have to be sweet. You just got to look like you sweet in order to get the validation.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? And so I definitely want everybody, you know, who is listening to really get the takeaway. And so for me, I do get it. Like, I understand you have to look like, you know, you got money. And then once you look like you got money, then people are going to fool with you. And I'm okay with that. Like, I do understand that science. Like, you know, you're in high school, you playing ball, you want people to see it's almost like a highlight reel. And if people see your highlight reel in high school, there are gonna be colleges that's like, yo, let's scoop my man. You know what I'm saying? And then from college, you know, you keep your highlight reels. You got ESPN now showing your stuff, you know, NBC, you know, sports, whatever. And so it's like, yo, other teams are going to be attracted to you because they see what you do. I think the challenge becomes the difference between, you know, high school football, high school basketball, you know, soccer, baseball, whatever. You're showing highlight reels of what you're really doing. You feel me? And then you're trying to attract that next level. And I think the problem is that they're the kids who you aren't doing any work. Like, you're not doing nothing for real. You're just standing in front of the car. You're not washing cars. You're not cleaning cars. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not changing oil. You're not pumping people's gas. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not really doing any real work. And so your work is what you're showing people on Instagram. That's your work. And so I'm saying, I just want you to be careful, because I don't think it's anything wrong with showing a highlight reel of what you're legitimately doing so that you can attract that next level. But when you faking it like you working, when you faking it like you grinding, when you faking it like, you know, you have something, and when they open up door number one and look behind door number one and there's nothing, then that's a problem. So I'm just saying, in our case, yeah, we putting up videos every day. We showing you, you know, what we doing. But if you were to call us and say, can you do an event for us? Or if you come to one of our live events, you're going to say, and this is, I'm not saying it as ET, I'm just saying what I've heard people say, like, yo, the internet is one thing, but if you come to a live event, there's nothing like going to a live event. It's the opposite with you guys. For some of you, it's what we see online. It's like, whoa, he living it. But if we come to your home and go in your bedroom or go in your living room or look at your real life look absolutely nothing like what you're showing on social media.
So let me ask you this, just to, of course, play devil's advocate. That's my role on the podcast. You know how they say speak things into existence? Absolutely. Is this the new speak things into existence? Maybe it's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see people who, you know, no disrespect, I know your marriage in shambles, but you posting up like, oh, women, me and Bae, man crash Monday. And I'm like, oh, okay, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? But y'all on the brink of divorce, but you still, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, maybe is there something to be said for trying to put out great energy, or are you trying to be, I don't know. You see what I'm saying? I'm just trying to look at the other side of the coin.
No. If it's great energy, yeah. I'm saying if it's great energy, but if it's you wanting me to think that you put forth great energy, but behind closed doors, the only time you put forth energy is on Instagram. That's what I'm saying to me is a problem. Because if you look at how you created the brand, see, like, and people hear me speak, yo, we keeping it 100. When you hear Didi on the podcast or when you see her at an event, Didi ain't trying to act like ET and I perfect. Like, as a matter of fact, we don't even, let's just say we do 20 things right and we do 4 things wrong. Didi gonna talk about the 4 things wrong. She ain't gonna never talk about what we doing right. Like, she ain't gonna never be like, E.T. doing this, that. He killing the game. You know, it was only at my
graduation.
Yeah,
that was the one time.
Celebration. She really kind of came with it, but she felt like that was an intimate group.
And we got that moment memorialized forever.
Oh, we got it memorialized. She can't fake it. Yeah, she can't fake it. But Diddy's thing is, and she'll tell me, I was like, D, why you talk about that? That was 3 years ago. She was like, yo, because people are not gonna benefit from us living in a 5-star hotel, because that's not where they are. So they're not gonna benefit from that. But they are gonna benefit from an argument me and you have. Why? Because they are there. So if I gotta talk about something that happened 2-3 years ago, in order for them to grow, then that's what we gotta talk about. You feel me? Because we're trying to help them grow. And so I think, like you said, see, if you're faking it like you are happy because you're trying to actually put in work to be happy and turn things around, cool. But if you just put it up to show me you happy, but behind closed doors, you and your man ain't working on, the animal assessment and trying to get better.
Okay, so what should you post?
Fake. I don't know what you should post, because I am really into it.
No doubt.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying scripture either, but I don't know. Maybe post help. You know
let me go a step.
Me and my husband having some marital problems.
Or maybe don't post at all.
Don't post at all. So I'm going to go a step deeper. See, just being devil's advocate again. My step deeper is like, yo, what if for real? I don't have no other attention. I ain't got no other thing going on good in life. And this one moment I want to just blast it out and enjoy it. Like, let people tell me about it for the next 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we was here. We did do that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to enjoy that, because the rest of my life is hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Like,
yeah,
I think that's a whole nother issue. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You're right, Karl.
Yeah.
And some people need to be affirmed. It's just weird to me that you're affirmed by people who you don't even really know.
You don't know, see?
Yeah, that's
you
right.
don't know them, see? Yeah, you don't know them, bruh. So that's why I'm like, yo, it's fake. Like, they not even really your friends. I just want to, here's my only challenge. This is what I tell my kids all the time. I don't care what y'all do, but what's the outcome you're trying to get? And so at the end of the day, if the outcome you're trying to get is going to happen as a result of it, I mean, let's think about it, y'all. We came out with the cover of the book before the book was finished, really completed. You know what I'm saying? We came out with the cover first.
Which cover? You talking about Thor?
Not Thor.
Yeah.
Not Thor.
No, we didn't come out with Thor first. We came out with the boy. But I'm saying, see, even with the Thor boy, we didn't come out with the Thor. And we spent money on the Thor.
Oh,
we spent time on the Thor boy. We spent more time on that than we did the actual cover itself. You feel me? So we didn't come out with that. Why? Because we felt like if we come out with the Thor boy, it's not going to get us the outcomes we wanted. So we waited for the second one, because we weren't about what do you think about it as much as we were like, yo, what do we think about it? You feel me? And I think that's the problem. We thought about what do we think about it first, and then we're going to think about what they think about it. We weren't on, well, what do they think about it? We just want to let them see we grinding, we working. So every move we make, we're going to show them. No, we waited until the move we felt like was an intelligent, strategic, well worth it moment. And then we came out with it. So the book wasn't finished. But I think what happened was when the cover came out, it let people know that we working and we weren't being fake. It wasn't like we put a cover out and it was no book coming. And that's what some people are doing. You're putting out the cover of a book, a picture of you on the front of the book, but it ain't no book coming. And so for us, it was like, yo, here go the cover, we working on it. And so we had about 500 plus people to say, hey, we love you, we believe in y'all, so we gonna buy it even though it ain't a book out yet. But then once that book came out, people were able to see, yo, this is more than a cover, and it's more than a book. They didn't put some substance to this joker. And so we were able to sell over 50,000 copies. And I think that's what's wrong with a lot of you. You got a book cover, but you have no plans on a real book coming out.
No, that makes a lot of sense, man. And, I wish I could say it was just the kids doing it, but, you see the adults doing it as well. Grown folks who, still feel that pressure. And like I said, man, I think one day it's gonna be crazy when you see like the psychology reports and stuff that come out from social media.
Oh, for sure.
Really diagnose what's going on. And I hope when people say, so what am I not supposed to post my wins or my success or, you know, if I get a house, I don't think that's not what we're saying.
No.
I think what we're saying is when you're doing it in order to get a reaction or in order to validate your own self-worth or validate, you know, hey, look at me, my life is great too. I think that's when it becomes dangerous, because here goes the thing. Like we just didn't, I just didn't have no Bentley to post in front of. Maybe you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, because I'm from Lansing or whatever, but like, I'm just, we actually had to work to get everything we have. And I guess my question to you guys is, if you're posting up this incredible life and you're getting the validation, the clicks, the likes, you know, your friends, oh, wow, that's dope. That vacation that you took, you know, 5 years ago that you still posting pics from, does it kind of like ease up some of the hunger that you have to really live that life on a consistent basis? Because I would imagine if you are posting those pics and getting those likes and people like, yo, that's so dope. Like part of the hunger and going to get it maybe now missing because you like pseudo living the life already.
You got it,
So you don't have to like, you know, put in the grind to actually live the life.
It's a good point.
All right, well,
that's interesting,
so I just, you know, I wanted to check. So then I guess the other side of it is, you know, have you, you know, do you ever use it to be inspired, right? Like, do you use
no questions asked.
Like, and give me an example, E, probably not on social media, but just give me an example of like that exposure, because I think one of the things that we try to do is we've let people be a part of this brand from day one. So y'all saw us like with the original camera, with Karl, with the sniffles in the joint, you know, all the way to, you know, Antonio Brown and Nike and these crazy images that are on Instagram. So beautiful pictures that.
Oh, them pictures is fire, E. Yeah.
Oh, bro, I'm talking about there was a Nike lighting in them pictures. I don't know what was going on, but I think, you know, and I hope everybody out there who's listening to the podcast obviously understands that when we show E with Antonio Brown and we show him with, you know, Cam Newton or, you know, whatever celebrities or whatever, it's not an attempt to brag or even show off. Anybody who knows E knows that he's not even remotely about that life. But I think what it is you've grown with us, and we've shown you from, you know, the times we were broke, right? That's why we talk about, you know, kind of the journey and the evolution of how we got here, because, you know, there was a time when, you know, there was nothing to show on Instagram, but we showed, you know, or Facebook, but we showed what we had at the time. What was that? We were in E's backyard shooting videos. We were in the basement shooting videos. We got a book done, and we've shown you that evolution. And so I think, you know, our intent has always been to inspire people with the pictures, with the videos, with the growth and all of that. And hopefully, you know, you're inspired by the movement and what we've been able to create. But E, I'm wondering for you, how much inspiration or motivation you took from watching, you know, friends or, you know, family members, whoever, kind of blow up around you and saying, man, shoot, all right, I got to keep my head down, I got to get to it. And do you think that would have been beneficial to you at 18 to be looking at Bentleys and Ferraris?
No question. Yeah, let me tell you something. You know, and again, I think the difference is, like you said, we come from a working, you know, community. So we've always attached getting something from grinding. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't grow up like seeing our parents, you know, bring stuff in the house and you ain't know what they was doing. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you got somebody who, like, you look at me, for instance, with my kids, they saw money, but they didn't necessarily know, like, okay, where is it coming from? They didn't see no physical labor, really, you know, whereas, you know, I went to Ford Motor Company headquarters with my mom. Like, I was literally in her office. I was watching the microfilm. So I knew what she was doing. I watched the 8 hours. I saw her with the suit on go in. You know, I knew the other people that work with her. So I think the challenge with this generation, and you know, we got to take some ownership of it. I've never really sat down with my children and talked to them about, yo, this is what I've had to do to get there. They kind of, especially Jada, she just kind of woke up and saw me in the grind. And I remember, like, she'll say stuff too, bruh. Man, yeah, we don't have time to really get into it. But like, I remember Jada saying stuff to my wife, like, like, let's say when Jalen went to school and I would pay for Jalen to go to school, and Didi would be like, boy, you better do whatever, because we paying for you to go to school. And she would say something like, Ma, you know you ain't paying for Jalen to go to school on your check. That's daddy, you know? And
wow.
I never really thought about it. I'm like, girl, you better sit your butt down. That's us, because your mom grind before I even blew up. Mom was working. But I never really thought about it. But what Jada was saying was like, yo, for real, you got a job, Ma. You know what I'm saying? You ain't making that type of money at your job, you know? And so I didn't really think it through, but like, yeah, in Jada's mind, she's thinking like, yo, for real, it's almost like a money tree. Remember when we was kids, see, your mom be like, money don't grow on trees? No, Jada looking at it like, no, money grow on trees. The way my father making money, it's growing on trees. You feel what I'm saying? So in their mind, they not really looking at, they haven't had to see this hardcore labor attached to it. So I think they are seeing exactly what I saw. I just knew, like, for instance, Chuck and Moni, like, you know, she's a physician. So you got to go to, I know what that looks like. Like, I know you got to go to high school, college, you know what I'm saying? You got to get a 4-year degree. You got to go, you know, medical school. You got to do a residency. You got to do, it's just a lot. So I understand the grind. So when I would go to their home, you know, they bought like a house in WhiteEstates. You know what I'm saying? They bought a house.
Where did they buy the house?
The White Estates.
White Hills. White Hills.
Yeah, no, White Estates. Yeah,
they bought a house in White Estates. Yeah, that's definitely apropos.
I see the connection.
Oh, bro, all of the coaches live out in that neighborhood.
You know, the top meanwhile, me and Karl still in Black Estates.
Oh, no questions asked. Maybe Black Hill. It might be in Black Hill. You know what I'm saying? You know, and so so when I look at them, though, see, for me, I see that, and I see not because of the work they put in. I don't see I got to get their house. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at these kids, this generation. Okay, and you know, let's put a E about to run his mouth. But see, you look at this generation, man, it's almost like I get this kind of car, other people got to have this kind of car. It's even to the point where there's a certain type of, I got to get this female, you got to get this female. And I'm gonna be real, see, and I know you like E, you just an old head. I saw a video of a young man, he's a rapper, he had his girl on there, and I guess she, you know, does the twerking, if you will, for a living. And she twerking with, and I'm just like, yo, see, when I grew up, bro.
Ask her if Karl can get in the video.
No doubt, I'm putting my work in.
Man, I'm just being real. See, when I grew up, you don't necessarily show your girl off.
No.
You feel me? Like, you don't show your girl off. Your girl is private, bro. So even if you are taking pictures and doing your thing, these dudes got pics of they girl, like they on the beach, they got pictures with the girl, they girl stuff they doing with their girl, they girls dance. I'm like, yo, this a different, like, so now it's like, well, this is the type of girl that's you gotta get, and this type of car you gotta get, and this kind of clothes you gotta wear. And it's just a lot of pressure for this generation. So when I look at Chuck and Moni, I'm looking at their crib, I'm looking at the inspiration behind it. See, not I gotta have the same house, and I gotta have the same furniture, and I gotta live in the same neighborhood. For me, it's more like inspiration, like somebody that I went to school with,
definitely not
somebody that I came up with.
States.
Oh, bro, I promise they ain't gonna let you over there.
Hey, walking around barefoot out there.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
he coming through with the Escalade and the broke window in White Estates.
And all my love and Mookie them. Yeah, they might change the name of it if I come up off of that. So I'm just saying though, see. Yeah, I'm just saying to me, it's just a different, it's no longer inspiration, it's I gotta mimic. You know, I've gotta become, I gotta be a carbon copy of what they are. And I don't know if y'all saw the last summer session I did with ET, but the statistics show, see, because of social media and kids who are on it heavy, they have a 38% like increased chance of like suicidal thoughts, of image problems. You know what I'm saying? So research shows, bro.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, research shows that the kids who really go heavy, and parents, hear what I'm saying, kids who going heavy on social media, they have a lot of mental and emotional challenges and imagery challenges that other people don't have.
And we see what social media gonna really reveal to us. Wow.
Yeah. You could have brought that statistic out when I said it. That would have been
30 minutes ago.
You know what I'm saying? All right, where was you at when I was just thinking they hadn't done any research yet?
Carl, I thought you watched summer sessions with ET. My bad.
Well, hey, I watched the winter sessions. I'm busy in the summer. You know what I'm saying? I'm busy in the summer. Yeah, no, it's go for it, Karl. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna add to exposure. So I talked about going to hang out with Jamal a couple of weeks ago on the podcast, and same thing for me. I don't think I took a single photo. Actually, I didn't take not a single one.
Right.
Like, it ain't nothing for me to. Like, I didn't want to look back at. Jamal is living well. He's done well. I walked away from there with like, yo, let's get it. Like, Jamal is somebody that I know that looks like me, a little more buff. But he looks like me, and he's put work in. A regular police officer, you know what I'm saying? He's put some work in. He got a strategy of figuring out how to do some stuff. Let me see what I can learn from Jamal, because I'm exposed to him. And then let me go create the triple-double for my family, not try to create Jamal's triple-double in my life. You know what I'm saying? But I walked away from there
fully. Jamal's exact triple-double. You know what I'm saying? I want the exact hookup. Because, hey, apparently the triple-double I tried to create, Karl didn't feel inspired to talk about it on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to have to just go mall route. You feel me? I'm going verbatim. You know what I'm saying? It's like my Scantron in college. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going with whatever baby girl got. We're going to go right with that. We ain't going to try to ad-lib at all.
She going to keep our ratings up. Right. He going to keep the ratings up.
Yeah. No question. It ain't working, bro. Hey, forget
my biological father seems to like it. You know what I'm saying? He seemed to like it. He told me,
so, Ma, I'm about to come to your crib, bro, and I need verbatim instructions. Because, this little house I got is not inspiring Karl at all. Okay, are y'all done playing around, man? Ask ET.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
This segment is brought to you by HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, each box is made up of fresh, responsibly obtained ingredients selected from high-rated, trusted farms. With the Global Eats option, it helps bring authentic international dishes and exciting flavors home for you to cook. The convenient part is that all the ingredients come pre-measured and labeled meal kits. Cooking will actually become something that you look forward to and enjoy after work, all right? Instead of being a pain. Candace and I did the chicken sausage risotto the other day with the mozzarella, zucchini, and tomato. It was off the chain. We also did the chipotle, what was it? Chipotle spice steak, Karl, that I sent you that picture of?
Yes, sir.
With the lime creamer and the bell pepper hash. It was off the chain, I'm telling you. Not only will you feel like a G as you're cooking it, you just, it looks bossy, all right? That's what I love about it. I always send a pic, you know what I mean? I'm not the pic guy, but I always send a pic when I'm done because it just looks amazing, man, and it tasted great, tasted fresh, man, and so if you're looking for some options, go ahead and rock with them, all right? And with subscribing, there are many benefits, so you can keep enjoying it week after week. Get delicious, filling meals delivered right to your door every week for less than $10 per serving and free shipping, all right? Manage your account easily by choosing your delivery date to match your schedule and pause it when you're on vacation, all right? So sign up for $30 off your first week of HelloFresh. Visit HelloFresh.com, all right? Promo code is SUCCESS30. So go to HelloFresh.com and /success30, and you will see us there, and put that in, man, and give yourself a $30 discount. So shout out to HelloFresh, man, for looking out for us. E.T., ask E.T. Drea in California says, CJ, what did you think about the new Drake album? Love it. Let me tell you, this is how I know I'm getting old. So Drake dropped the album, right? It was A-side, B-side, and the A-side was the rapping, and the B-side was the R&B. And all my little cousins and everybody who was here was like, oh, man, I love the album, but I just like the rapping side, the R&B. And I'm old. I'm like, shoot, I like the R&B side better. So shout out to Drake, man. Love the album. Drake always puts out great music, in my opinion.
Which side can I twerk to better? Which side can I twerk to better, see?
If you want to twerk, you definitely got to go with the A side. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get it. Let's get it.
It's going to have a nice couple, Kiki. Oh, that's actually might be on side B. Do you love me? Yeah, everybody doing that dance, Karl. I want to see. Hey, go to S2S podcast. Karl will be doing the Kiki Do You Love Me dance in my feelings challenge. Coming up here shortly. Horace in NYC said, E, do you still crave meat? I've been a vegan for 5 months now, but I got the meat Jones. and it's got me all messed up. So my man been 5 months vegan, but he wondering when the cravings gonna stop.
Bro, I can't tell you that, but I will say I got a cheat code, bro. I went to a university at 18 that was strict vegetarian, no meat. You know what I'm saying? So just before I went there, I became a vegetarian. So I did it from like maybe 89 all the way to 2001, 2002. So this ain't my first, rodeo, bruh. So I don't miss it. And the reason why I know I don't miss it is because for Father's Day, my wife wanted to cheat. She got Popeyes. I didn't eat it. And then yesterday, my son got some spot. I don't even know the name of it. I don't want to mess up. And then I get the laughing stock of the podcast. I'll tell y'all next week what the name of it is. But it's some southern chicken spot. And they all went and ate there. And they was like, look, we got one extra take. And I'm like, bro, I'm not about to come off and eat chicken on no fast food joint. I'm going to wait till I hit that Omni Hotel Dallas. They got a restaurant with the chicken, with the white sauce.
Oh, the White States chicken.
The White States chicken. Yeah, that's what we're going to wait till we hit the White States chicken.
That chicken was legendary.
So, yeah, no. Yep. Oh, it was, bro. I saw it. See, I almost fell off then, bro.
Oh, yeah. I told you, I saw it in your face. I saw it in your face.
No lie, bro. I saw that chicken. I was like, yo, that's seasoned. I could tell it was seasoned well. Then I knew it was the joint. Cause C hit it, and C chicken is like number 3 on the list for him. So I saw the way C hit it. C hit it like it was a pork chop. I was like, whoa.
No, it was legendary. I ain't gonna lie.
I gotta go back. E, how did we end up? See, follow me on this. How did we end up with the chunky E after 12 years of vegetarian? How we get there?
I'm talking about when I met E, he was going
I'm talking about that was the chunkiest. That was right after the 12, wasn't it?
He was eating chicken 4-5 times a day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wasn't no vegetarian when y'all met me. When I moved to Michigan, my mom had convinced me that I was the devil because had my son on non-meat. And she was like, he need his protein. You traveling all over the world, he ain't getting no protein. You gonna kill my grandson. So I was like,
so we got you on the rebound.
So I started giving my man. I started giving my man the chicken.
The round pound of rebound.
I'm like, Jay, go ahead and get the number 2. And then I'm like, yo, go ahead and get an extra piece. And I started a little one bite here, one bite there, made the turkey for Thanksgiving. It was fire. And before you know it, I was back. And yeah, he ain't lying. That school thing. I think I was depressed, bro. For a man, you can't say that. You know what I'm saying? A man can't say he was depressed. But I think school had me depressed, bro. So all I would do, since I couldn't hardly write that well, I would just write and eat. I'd be sitting down for hours, just writing and eating. But that's always when I'm big. When I'm in school, I'm my chunkies. I don't got time to work out. I don't got time to do nothing but eat snacks and do my little research and my homework. So yeah, bro, y'all caught me in a real good time in my life. I miss those days, bro. Eating chips, whatever I wanted to.
We used to be so ready for
lunch. Life, yeah.
We used to be tag team.
I hate this life.
Highlight of the day.
I hate this life, bro.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Xavier in Fort Lauderdale said, no, that's not it. Sorry, I think that was an old one. Sherry in Alabama said, if you had a genie and could make 3 wishes, what would your second wish be?
Ooh, never heard that before. That's deep.
Your second wish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got a GD, baby girl. Don't do me like that. Kid it just threw my whole little swag off. Hold on for a minute. 1, 2, 3.
Can you use the second wish for me and Karl to get in White States? That's
please.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm
please.
trying to
say. Well, that'd be my 4th one. Because my 3rd one is to get C in the pearly gates. So that's my 3rd. That would be my 4th one. You know what I'm saying?
You don't think C gonna make it?
If the angels recording these podcasts, C in the world of trouble if these podcasts are being recorded. So that's my 3rd one. I guess my 2nd one would have to be the Nobel Prize, because my 1st one is to get them legions off Didi Brain. So the 2nd one would be the Nobel Prize.
Where does Karl's twerking back play into this?
Right, where do I fall in line?
That didn't fall into none of my numbers. He gonna have to use that after he get his shoes.
If I had the shoes, see, I might not have had a bad back. You see how it all play out?
Yeah, you definitely need some orthopedic shoes. You don't be twerking like that.
Oh yeah, you need some orthopedic shoes for that. No, I can't help you with that.
Let's see.
I'm gonna get you some Skechers then. I'm gonna get him some Skechers. See?
I'm talking about the thick Skechers. I'm talking about them joints make you about at least 4 or 5 inches taller than what you are. Joe Montana wearing them is good.
Let's get it.
Joe Montana. Let's see.
Hannah Montana or Joe Montana? Hannah Montana or Joe Montana?
Lathebo in South Africa said, "E.T., you have an amazing following over here in Johannesburg. We are going to come see. Oh, I'm sorry. When are you going to come see the people of South Africa so we can witness you live?" Man, shout out to South Africa. We actually shout out to my man Tony actually, who hit me up about going over there. Man, we trying to put it together, Lathebo. So hey, if you know somebody or some sponsors, or if you're in South Africa, we know we got a pretty big following over there. We would love to come over there, man. I think we're just trying to wait for the right partners in that space. Shout out to my man Tony Gaskins, who is trying to put together something over there. I won't say who else he was trying to get to go over there at the same time, just in case that don't work out.
TG, are you with me?
Yeah, I don't want to put it out there, but so if you're in South Africa and you got some connects, man, and want to help us get over there, hit up info@etinspires.com, info@etinspires.com. Let us know, man. We'll roll through. I want to roll through because I want to go on the safari. I want to experience that whole thing. So. And see the motherland. So, shout out to South Africa. Yaya say, "Hey, Karl, I'm from Barbados as well. I'm currently studying."
What up?
Yeah, that might be our first one ever from the Dose.
I know, right? Let's get it.
Hey, the Dose.
She said, "I'm currently studying online, but would like to come to the States for school. Were you afraid when you first got to the States? How major was the adjustment?"
Got it. So let me give you the backstory real quick. So no adjustment for me to answer your question. My parents, my aunt literally left Barbados the year I was born. This is my mom's sister. Shout out to my aunt Gwen. And literally she would have us come up like probably 3 or 4 times before I left Barbados, before I was like, 15, 16, whatever. Probably like 3 or 4 times I went. First time I was 4 years old. And we traveled, man. She'd take us from Toronto down to Florida, like the entire East Coast. So like, it wasn't a transition for me like that. Like I'd been coming to the country. I'd been exposed to it. I've been hit McDonald's a couple times.
They was recording. What was all the shows they was recording?
Oh, you American then.
Oh yeah, my aunt used to, I'm talking about the Cosby Show. You go down the list, man. Everything that was showing, the A-Team, like she would just literally record everything on VHS and like.
What about Different Strokes?
Different Strokes, all of them, bro. Everything. Like she'd record them. I think she would just.
Oh, you was American.
I was American.
No
I grew up American.
You was American.
Arnold.
Definitely knew Arnold. Oh, I thought I was Arnold
growing
up.
Happy Days?
Happy Days, Sanford and Son. Go down the list.
Oh, yeah. You was American.
She recorded everything, bro. She would just literally just send us like VHS tapes like every couple months. And we just, I think she just let them joker record. Whatever y'all was watching, she just let that record all day. Whatever the tape could hold, like 5 hours, 6 hours, whatever.
Yeah, they had the 16-hour VHS. That was the original DVR. You know what I'm saying?
So we would watch. We would just watch. No, for sure.
That's love. Yeah.
So, but what I tell you, man, like on the real, like it ain't nothing to be scared of. And to be real, y'all watching the same cable now. I went back to Barbados last year and seen dudes in a bubble jacket and Timbs. Y'all doing the same stuff now. If Barbados don't need, I'm being real. I'm looking at my man like, yo, you in Timbs. Like this don't make no sense.
West Side?
Yeah.
West Side?
But yeah, no, it ain't no transition.
How big is the island, Karl?
Barbados is
they got the Crips and Bloods
166 square miles. That joker could fit inland.
Oh, Lord.
It could fit inland.
They fighting
small,
over there now.
And we beefing. But no, on the real, I'm just being serious. Like, it ain't no adjustment, man. You willing to put the work in. You gonna work there, you gonna work here. There's people there, there's people here. There's jerks there, there's jerks here. It ain't no different. Just come focus on what you want to do, man. And I'm telling you, like, literally, I did it, my wife did it, my brother did it. We all came from Barbados, you know what I'm saying? Like, nothing different. Rihanna did it. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't nothing impossible for you, man.
Yeah, Rihanna did. Karl dancing in his basement.
Let's get it. Hey, I'm supporting the culture. But yeah, man.
So Rihanna started it.
Oh man. Okay, let's cut it right there because I got to get these kids up and off to school. So let's cut that right there. Let's see what announcements we got. I know we got some announcements, Karl.
Utah. Utah's our first
Utah
one.
this weekend, man. We are on our way. Matter of fact, by the time y'all hear this, we will probably be on our way out the door. So shout out to Dreams to Legacy, July 14th, Salt Lake City, Utah. Still got a couple tickets there. If you're out in Salt Lake or in that area, man, want to come through, check us out. Vegas, all of that, come through, man. We would love to see you out at that event. Take Control, San Francisco, West Coast. We are finally coming out to the West Coast, Cali. Let's go. Take Control, San Francisco, August 26th. Shout out to my man Anthony Presents out there doing his thing. Saving 7,000, September 1st. All right, come out and celebrate the Saving 7,000 with us, a worthy cause, as well as the Hip Hop Preacher 48th birthday, man. We will be celebrating.
Hey!
48.
Over the hill. Over the hill is home.
I'm going to bring my chiropractor with me, E. I'm going to bring the chiropractor
over the hill
and through the woods, too. You know what I'm saying? You're not just over the hill now, you through the woods, baby.
I'm talking about through the woods.
So Saving 7,000, September 1st, man. So come check us out. We're going to have a party. We're going to hang out, man, and we're going to do it for a worthy cause. Ignite the Dream Philly, Inky Johnson, Eric Thomas, one night only. September 9th, Philly, man. Come out. It's going to be an incredible event. Super excited about that. It's not a conference. It's not a seminar, not a keynote. It's going to be an experience, man. So come out September 9th. And then, of course, Phenomenal Life Jamaica, man. February 25th to March 3rd. You still got time to put your deposit down. You don't got to put the whole thing down. But we are going to Jamaica. I believe we're going to the Iberostar Resort, man, a beautiful resort in Jamaica. This is my first time to Jamaica, so I'm excited. Never been to Jamaica before, so looking forward to it. But yeah, make sure you go to Phenomenal Life Jamaica. Put down your deposit, man. Come hang out with us. You know, come to the white party. Come learn some stuff. Come hang out. Sean gonna do some workshops there. Hang out with Josh, Jamal. The whole crew is going to be there, man. So make sure you guys come out. Phenomenal Life Jamaica. We're going to have an awesome time. We're going to do some growing, but also some hanging out, some partying, and some kicking it. So I think that may be it for me. Karl, you got anything else I need to add? Oh, BU, didn't you say?
Hey, I was just going to say,
yeah. Special on BU?
Yeah, right now, our Thrive membership, guys, and this is our membership that focuses on professional business development, branding, entrepreneurship. Like,
Lord, y'all about to get out of the way, too.
Hey, just block your ears, Eve. Block your ears. Hey, right now, you go to breatheuniversity.com. We have a 50% discount on your first month. So you get this first month 50% off, guys. Like, check it out, Thrive membership. And I'm bold enough to tell you, if you don't like it, quit. But I'm daring you to try it. Just try it out. You got 50% off this month. So just go to breatheuniversity.com and check it out, that Thrive membership.
And how long does that lock them in for? A year, 2 years?
I'm talking about 1 month. You ain't got no commitment. Yeah. You do not like it, you can walk
man. That's
right
how you know
away.
we believe in our stuff. You know what I'm saying? We not holding anybody hostage. You don't like it, you're more than welcome to get out, but we know you're going to love it, man. So shout out to all our Breathe University students currently in the program. Love it. Man, we had a phenomenal call. I don't want to say phenomenal because I led it, but last week, man, we did a call on execution just as entrepreneurs and things of that nature, and it got pretty intense, so much so to the point where we got to do a part 2, I think, tonight, actually. If y'all listen to this on Thursday, we're probably on the call, going after it. E gonna bring some more stuff out as it relates to execution, but we're just having a great time in the community, man, and we would love for you to join us. BreatheUniversity.com. Go there and get 50% off your first month. Hip Hop Preacher, man, can you give us a nugget of the day? Give me something strong, bro, because I got a long day ahead of me, and I want to make sure I maximize all the time I got before I head out to Utah.
Yeah, hey guys, I am legitimately, right now as we speak, I'm at a hotel, and I got up about 3 o'clock this morning to do what I need to do to be ready for this particular podcast. And I walked into a space. I asked the lady, can I use the private lounge, right? And she said, no problem. And as I sat in the private lounge, guys, it's just weird, because it's like if you're literally in the hotel, you wouldn't even notice it. You know what I'm saying? But it's here. It's real. It's got a TV. It's got a microwave. It's got a refrigerator. I mean, it is a beautiful space. But on the front of it, it says private lounge. They've got a picture of Australia. They've got, oh man, it's just gorgeous, man, in this space. And so what I want to say to you today is legitimately, look, there's a private lounge for you, all right? There is a life with your name on it. And I know you on social media, and I know you watching everybody else, and you looking at everybody else, and you like, yo, when is it gonna be my turn? I promise you, like C said earlier, like Karl said, if you put in the work, there is a life. Look, it's a life. It's called Private Lounge. I'm in Dallas. Everything is big in Texas. There's something big with your name on it. There's something private with your name on it. There's something exclusive with your name on it. It's just for you. For real, it's just for you. And so I want you to really walk in that today. I want you to really feel that today. And they said it, like for real, I'm not gonna downplay it. Yep, I was here with Nike. Yep, AB. Yep, I've worked with the Steelers before. So yep, I do know AB. Yep. We went to a furniture store that Didi got the couches from right up the street. Yep, I'm not gonna play with y'all. For real, I'm not gonna play with y'all. There is a private life for you. So when you listen to this podcast and you hear us talk, this person has this and this person is blessed with this and this person, hey, there is a private lounge. I'm sorry, there is a private life with your name on it. There is a space just for you, gifts just for you, opportunities just for you, blissfulness just for you, happiness just for you, health just for you, wealth just for you. So do me a favor, do me a huge favor. Yep, there's nothing wrong with the Joneses, keeping up, seeing what the Joneses are doing, but don't keep up with the Joneses. Catch up to your best life and live your best life. Yeah, it's your boy E.T. saying, not saying it's gonna be easy, y'all, but I'm telling you, you have what it takes to live that private life. So do me a favor, make the rest of your life the best of your life.
Hey, appreciate that nugget of the day. E, y'all go to iTunes, man, leave us that review. That'll help us out a lot on our ratings on the podcast. We appreciate y'all, we love you. We'll see you in Utah. Love.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul.